Hi, I'm Gary Johnson, Product Manager with Kuhn Krause, and today we're out here in a wheat field with our 8050 Interceptor. And I'd like to go through just some of the quick start guide with y'all with regard to the Interceptor. The quick start guide, if you're not familiar with it, it's a real concise piece of information that we provide with our equipment just to get you into the field a little quicker. It's easy to handle, easy to acquire. The quick start guide, and maybe save a little time in getting to the field. The quick start guide with our products, you can find it in the owner's manual case that's mounted on each machine, or you can get it through My Kuhn, or the dealer can obtain it through the dealer portal. He has access to that type of information. So anyway, with that, just be sure and have a quick start guide handy. I think it'll help you through the process of adjusting the machine. One of the things that on the Interceptor that is unique to this product is the constant flow hydraulic system that we use, not only for the wings, for the pressure on the wings to help steady them in the field at higher speeds, but also on the rear attachment for the star wheels and reel attachment on the rear. It provides constant flow oil through the circuit, so you can adjust the pressure against the wings, for instance, and to help stabilize them. Now, one of the reason why I'm bringing that out right now is one of the things that a lot of our customers ask is this extra hose. You have an extra hose with an orange handle, and it'll have a little tag on it like this that says drain line. What this does is, as you're going through the field, if your wings are trying to go over a terrace or a high spot in the field, this oil has to have somewhere to go. So we're putting it back through the case drain into the sump of the tractor, low pressure return. We do not have to have an accumulator on the machine to house the excess oil as it flows through the system. Saves the customer a little money, little simpler system to operate. We're going to adjust the machine front to rear with a turnbuckle here on the front to get your fore to aft adjustment. This is something that you'll want to do actually in the field. It's best to have someone standing just a ways off in a distance to try to help maintain and make sure that the frame is level front to rear. Another way you can tell is when you raise and lower the machine. We want your primary blade here to be touching the soil or touching the ground at the same time your rear blade is. That's if you're on a good flat surface. So that's something you might want to remember just as a quick test or quick check to see if your frame is level. Okay, moving on back towards the center of the machine, past the front gangs, is our wing section, of course. We want to control the levelness of the wing section with this adjustment right here. Again, that's called out in your quick start guide, but you can just loosen one nut, tighten the other, depending on which way you want to go with the adjustment, either high with the wing or low with the wing. But again, this is your primary adjustment for wing level. That's something I want you all to remember. Once we get that set, we're ready to adjust the depth of the machine. Before we do that, we want to adjust the tines here in the center section. They're in here to help redistribute some residue, string it out a little bit so you don't have any clumps or hot spots in the field. It'll do a little clod sizing. And it also helps force material coming off of these front gangs back down into the seed bed or into the soil. So with that, where I'd like to do is I like to start with them in the most aggressive angle, as far as, or relaxed angle, I guess I should say, where they're coming back as far as they can. That's going to allow more residue to pass through, not be a tendency to bunch or anything like that. Now, if you're in the field and you notice that you'd like a little more aggressive action out of this center tine section, then of course you can move it back to a greater degree so it's more aggressive. Now we're going to move back to the front of the machine, and we're going to adjust our depth. Once we get it in the field, we're going to adjust our depth. 5 turns on the hydraulic depth stop adjustment here on the crank adjustment equals 1 inch. So if you're going to go 2 inches deep, 10 turns from 0 will get you into that 2-inch range. We have the tractor shut off right now. We'll start it in just a little bit and show you how to adjust the wing down pressure and the star wheel pressure. Our final adjustment, once we set the depth, is going to be with the gauge wheel up front here. And we'll illustrate that. We want this to carry weight. We don't want it to be able to move or shimmy as you're going through the field at speed. We want to carry a little bit more weight with this tire than what we do on some of our other machines. The star wheel attachment is real critical in my estimation, that you watch or maintain a constant depth with it. Don't try to go too deep, because you're going to be working in a lot looser soil environment behind the Interceptor than you are in some of our other products. So it's real easy to get it running too deep. We always like to tell people that we want the teeth of the star wheels to be as deep as where the web in the casting is here. So about approximately 2.5 to 3 inches of depth is about where we really want to run these star wheels. If you try to put too much pressure on them, go too deep, it's going to create kind of a drag effect, maybe slow the RPM on the star wheels and lose some of their effectiveness. And of course, on the final attachment, the final adjustment on the rear attachment is the rolling reel, which is available in a round rod or a flat bar type reel. It's very easy adjustment. We've got a decal on the back here that tells you the distance to measure for the spring to get the right amount of poundage on each section, so you've got some resistance as you're going through the field. Put some down pressure on it. We also have a pin here that you can pull, put in another location for what we call a floating position, and what that does is relaxes the tension on your reel, relieves the down pressure, and just allows the weight of the reel to float on the ground. That's something you might use in a very wet environment where the reel maybe has a tendency to build with soil. You can put it in that float position, and a lot of times go ahead and finish your field or finish your work for the day before the next rainstorm comes. One of our final adjustments is going to be the down pressure on the wings and the rear star wheel finisher conditioner. The adjustment is just a simple valve right here that you can control. It's color coded so you can tell where you're running in the operating range. But we really like to start out in that 200, 250 range, something of that nature as you're starting out as far as wing pressure. And the star wheel pressure is again about the same. It's going to be 100 to maybe as high as 200, 250 on the star wheels. Again, that's a starting point. If your ground conditions are real hard, you might want to up that just a little bit. But one of the things we don't want you to think that you can do with this is to just put it in the ground deeper. In other words, make the wings go in deeper, because what you'll end up doing is overriding the weight of your center frame, and you can actually cause some buckling of the unit, so you're going to get a very uneven finish. So just something to remember. Again, this is a very proven system. We use it on our accelerator, for instance, and some other products, so we've got a lot of time in the field with it, and it does work well to help stabilize those wings at a higher speed. So with that, thank you for your time, and be sure and visit us at kuhn.com.